Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Luckiest Peach podcast. I'm your host, Rachel, the Lucky Peach. We're back for another monthly review. If you're new, this is where we review something that recently recently released the previous month. This month, we're reviewing the um, uh, uh, the Grey Knight. Another collaboration from uh, David Lowery and Daniel Hart. It froze. Anyways, joining us this week, we have Gio.
Hi, I wish I liked bubble bath. We don't have no context allowed for the audience for that one.
No. Anyways, and also joining again for like the third month in a row on the review. Raúl.
You can't keep me out of here. You can't. I don't even pay for this shit and I'm here. I don't even pay.
Neither does Marcel.
Yeah, I don't even pay for this shit and they want me to come on.
Damn, I pay.
The demand is there, man. The demand is there. What's up?
All right, how are y'all?
Not much, just freeloading as much as usual.
Same.
Yeah. Let's go. Decided to join the bourgeois today. You know, what's it called?
Oh no!
They employ a Mexican, so you gotta wear them on the shirt sometimes.
What did they do? Look at my boy. Look what they did to my beautiful boy. No.
Oh.
Yeah. That was just a regular black shirt, huh?
For those watching the video on Patreon at patreon.com, Raúl was wearing a SpaceX shirt.
It's okay. I'll wipe my ass with it later.
Damn, I changed out of my school shirt for this.
Dude, it's very soft and silky fabric.
High-end fabric.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's some fucking sweatshop shit that went into this for sure.
Does the back of the shirt say colonizing Mars soon?
No, but my mom is wearing one that says Occupy Mars.
Oh, that's worse. That's worse.
Well, you know what? They pay my dad real good.
Also, we have another special guest in the background, Nola.
Oh yeah, Nola's here. Nola's just hanging out.
Very cute. Scratching an itch.
Yeah. What's it called? I've got 5 dogs to take care of today and tomorrow, so it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be really fun.
Fun times. What have y'all been up to today?
Suffering.
You can't start there. That's the baseline.
I was working.
What you've been doing today, that's every day. You do the rest.
Oh wow. The floor here is floor.
Hmm?
What? The floor here is what?
You ever heard when they're like, oh, the bar is on the floor? And they're like, oh wow, the floor here is floor.
The floor here is floor, yeah. No, I just worked, finished writing my old review, and then I wrote my Green Knight review for the site because I'm impatient and I can't wait for Brad to watch the film, so I had to let out some of my thoughts, blow
off some steam.
Yeah, that's right. It's like when you really just want to do it, and you really can, so you just decide to go ham on your meat, so just what's it called? It's kind of like that.
Wait, so Raúl, let me put this another way. Are you saying you, sir, have green balls?
Shut up. Shut up.
Also, Gio's wearing a green shirt.
Yeah.
I am wearing 2 different types of greens that do not look correct at all in my camera. Yes.
Oh my god.
Nice.
I worked today. I like my job. I laughed a lot. Had a whole inside joke on the ride over, like it was a comedy routine with my mom. It was wonderful. I got a scholarship today. I'm feeling
good.
Congrats.
And I totally did not forget that this was on my calendar today.
It's okay.
Adios. It's okay. I was naked when Rachel sent the link. I was like, I got to
Shit.
shower.
Damn, you really cut into the bubble bath time, Rachel.
Yeah.
Damn.
Damn.
It's because I finished working. I took the dogs out, and then I had to go shower
It'd be
because
like
I don't
that.
have the time in the morning to go shower, and I can't take time out of my lunch break to go.
I don't
Yeah.
wake up early anymore. Raul knows this because I texted him this morning because I woke up at 9 and I was pissed off about the fact that I woke up at 9. I was like, I can't function if I don't wake up before noon. I could have showered, but I went and got breakfast and I was like, I'm sleepy again.
Yeah.
So then I fell asleep and woke up at 1 and then I took a shower.
Yeah.
But I am I recorded the previous week's episode a few days ago. At the time, I was still employed. I am currently between jobs. Hopefully, by the time we record the commentary, I will have started my new job. But depending on the scheduling,
so sadly.
depending on the scheduling, may record that before. I say it's sad because I'm like, next week is going to be tricky.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna so like I start my training on Thursday and it's 2 to 5:30 Thursday and Friday, and then I'm gonna be there all day Saturday. So I don't know.
Shit.
Yeah.
Can you make that face again in the camera?
Me?
Yeah, indeed.
Oh.
I mean, both of y'all had great faces, and this is all gold for those of you who are paying enough money to Rachel.
Not me.
Peach got that comes like Peach. Yeah, I haven't done anything other than I have to do the second part of my project today, but that should only take like 10 minutes. And then I started watching Val, which is the documentary that Val Kilmer made about his life with A24. I have 15 minutes left of that.
I shit you not. You sent me that, and I thought it was Valorant, the video game.
Nerd.
Like, why are you crying at Valorant? Like, well, I was like, well, it is a very toxic.
Whatever, major loser.
Yeah, I mean, it is a very toxic place for femmes, so I kind of understand why you would be crying at Val. But I was like, damn, you play Valorant? You're playing without me?
Oh, dude! Speaking of video games, I finally got back to Hades last night.
Hades.
I played for like an hour. And then
awesome.
I finished knitting a hat finally that I started back in April. So
Yee.
Klaus.
I just looked over to check my phone, and I hadn't closed our previous conversation. So I just had a whole surprise again.
every time Gio's like, I'm not gonna look at it again, he looks at it again.
Yeah. Oh, I got my order. I got my last order from Criterion in today for the sale. Yeah.
Nice.
I already put it on the shelf, so I don't want to show it off. I already fucking put it on the shelf.
It's all good.
But In the Realm of the Senses did come with a warning label on it for explicit content.
And Salo didn't?
That's what I'm trying to say. And you can't give me that whole like, well, Salo came after that one. No, this is spine number 446. And Salo's spine,
really makes you think?
spine number 14, I think.
Really makes you think.
Yeah.
They could have put a warning on Salo. Because if you don't know what that movie's about, you're gonna go in for a nasty surprise.
I mean, I think you can tell by the cover.
Yeah. Well, you don't know the context of the, like, some people are not gonna know the context of the scene in the cover, so
Yeah.
I do. Which is why I want to throw up looking at it. And why I am haunted by the word manja.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways, getting into it.
Can't wait for that cult of the month.
Oh, no. That's supposed to be a Nerdcore watch along.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll wait for that.
Before I leave, watch along, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Double feature.
We never seem to line up the schedule correctly, and I'm gonna keep making that excuse for a bit now.
No, I'm gonna make sure it happens.
Yeah.
Anyways, so The Green Knight, the latest from director David Lowery, who has previously done Eight Ten Body Saints, Pete's Dragon, the live action adaptation, A Ghost Story, The Old Man and the Gun, The Year of the Everlasting Storm, and upcoming next year he will be doing a live action Peter Pan and Wendy movie for Disney. So, and the reason I mentioned Daniel Hart is I don't like when there's duos that are named David and Daniel get mixed up. They frequently collaborate, which is very exciting. I unintentionally I didn't know that The Green Knight and A Ghost Story were the same duo. And I unintentionally watched A Ghost Story a couple days before I saw Green Knight, and it broke me. But it was so beautiful the way that they collaborate to make the music blend with the movie. And so then that upped my excitement for The Green Knight. Also, for anyone who doesn't know, David Lowery looks like the skinny white boy version of Gaspar Noé.
It's like if Robert Eggers and Gaspar Noé came together,
Yes!
it would be
It's kind of scary, don't you think?
Now that you say that, I'm very scared. Oh God. He does. I would consider. I've told this to Raúl a few days ago. I would consider David Lowery a part of my personal A24 Holy Trinity of directors, along with Eggers and Ari Aster.
Oh.
That's my personal opinion. I don't know who y'all's A24 Holy Trinity would be.
I
have no idea.
Prepared.
I was not prepared for that question.
I also can't think of any other directors that have frequently worked with A24.
Yeah, I think that's where it comes down to, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think a lot of them have worked with them multiple times.
The Safdies have,
but those does those count as one or those count as two?
I don't know.
That's a unit. It's by director as in unit.
I guess because it's similar to the Russos. I haven't mentioned them in a solid 2 years, so I forgot their name for a second.
Oh, I was I thought you were just in pain at having to.
No,
the Russos, the ones who made that racist ass Netflix movie.
What movie?
The Hemsworth one. Yeah,
Extraction
movie. Yeah.
I've mentioned Joe Russo a few times in the last few months, but that's about it. Anyways, so this movie is based off of the 14th century poem Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. Yeah, the guy who plays King Arthur, what's his name? Sean Harris. The first time he said he was like Garwin.
Yeah.
And then everyone else said Gawain. I was like, what? So basically, the synopsis of the story. Basically, this plot is actually longer than past episodes, so I'm not going to read the whole thing. But basically, if you haven't read the poem or whatever, Gawain is Arthur's nephew, whatever. They're at a Christmas feast with the Knights of the Round Table, and a mysterious tree, Green Knight looking dude comes in and challenges, and it was whoever. He's like, if anyone's able to land a blow on me, they can have my axe. But in a year, you'll have to travel to my church, my chapel, and I'll give you the same wound in return. And Gawain takes up that game challenge, whatever. But he doesn't say anything about where to hit him. Like, I assume it's open ended. He could have hit him anywhere, but he chose to behead him. So then the knight just picks up his head, starts laughing, and it's like, "One year hence." So then follow like the next year of him preparing to leave, and then he leaves. Whatever, uh, you know, he meets various people along the way on your standard adventure. And then yeah, he gets there, and um, he gets nervous and he runs away. And then like there's a whole dream sequence of him like going back and becoming king and then becoming hated and like dying or whatever. And then he wakes up and it's like Breaking Dawn Part 2, and you're like, oh shit, it was a dream.
Last Temptation of Christ shit right there.
Yeah. And he's like still there and he's like, wait. And so like at the beginning his mom gave him this little girdle thing with a spell in it saying he wouldn't come to harm, and he's like, wait, I need to take this off, and he takes it off. And the knight just does the finger to the neck thing, and he says, now off with your head. So like we don't know that he actually died or if he was just like, hey, you learned something.
I did not hear the noise of a head being chopped off. I'll just say that.
I think it was more just like a learning lesson.
Yeah, it was like, ha 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 ha.
Yeah. You're gonna die now.
I have made the same mark. I have made the same strike against you as you have me.
Yep. He did. He didn't say he had to fucking do the same.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if I know Raúl missed the post-credit scene.
I had to take a
Gio
fucking
caught
piss.
it.
Yeah, I
Did
caught
you?
it. I caught the yo-yo ball.
I don't know what it means. So the post-credit scene is just a young girl crawling and putting the king's crown on her head. I don't know what it means. I don't know if it's just supposed to be a fun little thing.
My question is the child that he has with if when he goes back, let's say if we were to go to the brothel and he does have sex with that woman and does have a child, when that child was born, was that a girl or was that a boy?
That was a boy. That was the boy who like died in the battle.
Okay, yeah, so that was the son that died in battle. Okay. I was gonna say, if that was a girl, then maybe that's like the whole idea of like somebody would challenge the throne and somebody would eventually challenge his bring up his old ways of being a what's it called, a non-noble knight.
So I'm gonna read off the characters and then I'm gonna come back to it. So you have Dev Patel as Sir Gawain. Lisa Vikander plays two characters. She plays Essel, which is his like friend with benefits from the brothel. I don't know. And then she also plays someone called the Lady, who is like the lady of the like castle he stays at for a little bit, and they just look exactly alike. They're not related. And then you have Joel Edgerton as the Lord, who is married to the Lady. Sarita Chowdhury as Gawain's mother. Sean Harris as King Arthur. Ralph Innocent as the Green Knight. Kate Dickey as Queen Guinevere. Barry Keoghan as the Scavenger, and Aaron Kellerman as Winifred. So during the dream sequence, like obviously he has the like illegitimate son with Essel, and he like takes the kid and is like, bye bye. He leaves her, like drops some coins on the bed, but then like he gets married to some noble woman, and they have a daughter. So because in the dream sequence, like he's at the end of his life and he's like, oh, everyone hates me. So then he takes off the the girdle and his head just falls off. So what if that was just his daughter putting it on her head or something? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe the daughter taking the role and kind of correcting what the father did wrong.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what that post credit meant. I was just like, oh, this is cute, but I wasn't
Yeah.
like, because like with some post credits, you're like, oh, okay, this is like an answer, but like this one felt like a tease, like as
I guess
if there's
because
gonna be
we're
something else, and I was like, there's not though.
I guess because we're kind of used to the way that Kevin Feige has conditioned us to think that every post-credit scene means something, when it could just be something fun and cute,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like Ferris Bueller, where Matthew Broderick just tells you to get the fuck out of the theater.
Oh, bye.
So
Thank you for
bye.
supporting the crew.
Bye.
Still here? Get out!
The worst thing I've ever seen is the Justin Bieber Never Say Never movie. They tried to, I think it was him and Usher, him and somebody tried to recreate that. Basically, they were like, what are you still doing here?" And then they're like, "We see you kissing in the back."
What the hell?
It was not.
I had to remember that you had a pass, but I was about to be like, why did you watch that? And I was like, right, children.
Children. To remember, I had a pass.
Yeah.
Children.
You had a pass.
Bro, yeah, I was like 12 when that came out. So yeah, what are y'all initials? Y'all's initial thoughts?
RAM.
What?
What?
You said, what are your initials? I said RAM.
I think you've run out of RAM if that's how you answer that question.
RAM. I got 16, bro. I'm good.
Oh God, bro.
16. We're good. We're good. Yo.
Yeah, we good, bro. We're gonna be good for a bit.
God.
Mm-hmm. And I got the horse in the back. Yeah, we good.
Yeah, I got that Dodge too, bro. Got that V8 cylinder, bro. All right, man. Go, Gio, go.
I initially, like, when I finished the movie, I was like, okay. I like this movie, though it, like, I was like, okay, there's an enjoyment here, but also, like, a pacing issue for me. Yeah, it didn't quite hit me with its horns like I thought it would. That's a Ram joke.
It didn't ram into me like I thought it would.
Yeah, it didn't rail me, bro. It didn't rail me very good.
That's not the one I tried to. All right.
Ha ha ha.
All right. Do I go next?
Yes.
You want to still laugh at that dumb shit I fucking conjured up? This is my favorite movie of the year so far. And this is my second 10 of the year. My first 10 was Judas and the Black Messiah, and then I gave this one now I have this one as a 10 as well. I think that David Lowery constructs one of the most somber and very contemplated pieces of an Arthurian epic. I thought that going in, I thought I had my expectations, because how was I not going to have my expectations after that first trailer? And you should never have expectations for a film. Never go in with what you want to see. But it was hard for me not to go in there without expecting a good movie. And I got something that was more than good. I got a fucking masterpiece of a movie. It has... I know that some people were probably going to go in there and expecting like a sword and sandals, like epic film with, like fucking master set pieces. And it's like, nah, that's not what this is at all. It's a very patient, slow movie that is kind of analyzing, what it is to be a knight. And, every challenge that comes towards Gawain's way is a test of his nobility, his chivalry, and all these like, pillars of being a knight. And I thought that it was just expertly crafted by Lowery, and it has so much to say, and a beautiful score as well. And I thought the cinematography was absolutely beautiful. I think that this is going to be a strong contender for the Independent Spirit Awards come next year, because I think A24 is about to have their they're contenders like stacked for this. Like I can easily see this movie and Zola easily being nominated for best cinematography at the Independent Spirit Awards. But that'll come later on
And
in the year.
hopefully the campaigning goes strong even further into the award season.
Yeah. But just I thought this movie was incredible. I love Dev Patel as Sir Gawain, and damn, this movie's like dangerously horny.
Everyone was trying to get in his pants.
Why does so I get it, man. What's it called? It's a big thing in the Middle Ages. A whole lot of sex going on, unprotected. But why is every test to a knight's nobility have to revolve around him possibly getting fucked?
I mean, Jesus had a whole test about whether or not he could have sex and fuck.
Yeah. But I that whole part, like the whole Last Temptation of Christ-esque part in this movie was one of my favorites too, because they really had me convinced. I thought it was like, oh, this is it, right? Like, oh shit. I was like, that's wild. That's the ending. And then we go back to the chapel, and I was like, oh shit, no, we're not. We still got a little bit of movie left.
I want to watch it again so bad.
Yeah, I'm crossing my fingers for a Criterion release, because they got Uncut Gems going in there now. So crossing my fingers that will happen.
It's so bad. They have a deal, like a streaming deal with Showtime at the moment. So I'm like, can the next 4 months pass already so it can be on Showtime so I can watch it again?
Did either of you feel like the movie was like there was funny parts to it?
Oh hell yeah!
Okay, because I when I was in the theater, it might have been just because of mass, but I wasn't sure if other people thought it was funny in my theater. But I was there were multiple moments I was like, this is funny. I was I didn't think this would be funny, and I'm enjoying the humor of are you a spirit or a ghost? Oh, why does that matter? What?
Or why are you touching me? It's like, will you help me? And then she's like, will you help me? And he goes, don't touch me. A knight won't do that. Don't touch me. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
You ought to know better. You ought to know better not to touch me. What?
Anyways, I saw the trailer once a couple months ago for the first time. I don't remember what I was seeing, but I was texted somebody and I was like, was it Zola?
Yeah, you texted me.
Yeah, when I was finally I saw the Green Knight trailer, because I'm not a big trailer watcher.
I thought,
and I don't know much about Arthur and stuff. I mean, I know they exist. I learned about them in high school, but I'm not well versed in those myths. I'm well versed in other myths. So, I didn't really understand the trailer. I mean, I understand the premise, but I was like, I don't know what's happening. But I didn't have any expectations going in. And aside from the fact that I had watched A Ghost Story a few days before. So, once I realized that David Lowery and Daniel Hart worked on this, I was like, oh, it's going to be good. I knew it was going to be good. Yeah, and I fucking loved it. It currently, I don't have my year ranked or anything, but I do have all the A24 films I've seen so far ranked. So far, I'm at 62. It's currently at number 2.
Nice.
Mine is at number 8, and I've watched 31. Yeah, it's right below Uncut Gems and right on top of Hereditary.
Oh, it's under Florida Project and above Amy.
I haven't ranked the A24 films. This is, I don't know, the way I feel about this movie is that I enjoy it a lot, but it is in that vast middle ground for me of I enjoyed this more than most movies, but not as much as my highest movies. As as my gold standard movies. That situation with pacing really did bother me a bit, of being I enjoy contemplation, but there was something to the way in which this contemplated multiple times of something happened and then we have a long period and then something one thing happened in a long period, instead of things happen and then a whole like a whole moment of trying to decide felt like kind of like messed with like the pacing for me of like how things were going. But like this movie is beautiful. All the music I love. I've listened to the
Oof.
score like twice since I watched it, and like it's definitely like mood music to be like, how do I make my D&D game terrifying? Let's get in the mood. Like I want you to feel tension. So let me write with the sound of tension in my heart.
Yeah, Daniel Hart knows how to like get the right feel
Yeah.
because like watching a ghost story, no spoilers, but like you just through the soundtrack, even just listening to it on its own, you get that sense of like loneliness and sadness and depression, and you just go through the feelings all over again.
Yeah, I don't think that this movie is as good as it is without Daniel Hart's score.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's incredible. Um, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, I think one of the reasons I loved it so much is because I normally have very low expectations really of like fantasy movies based on myth because um, a lot of them are very schlocky. They're made to be like blockbusters with like giant set pieces and like a stacked cast, and then they end up being kind of like not well done. And this kind of took more of like the art into consideration rather than just like, hey, we're gonna make something epic that will get people in the theater and make money. This was actually like, we're gonna make an art piece.
Yeah, I mean, my mind, I immediately think of Antoine Fuqua's King Arthur from 2004. I mean, okay movie, but you know damn well that movie wasn't made to be like this grand piece of art. You know, it was really a money making machine. You know, and what's it called? It propelled Antoine Fuqua's career as well. So there's something else to say. But
Yeah,
Oh, I have this weird. I don't know. I ended up talking about this earlier this week of like there's this weird balance of like commercial and art because like we exist in capitalism in a world where corporations are giants, and so like that blend between art like the like artness and like that intention and like and the need to make money in order to continue to be able to fund shit like makes things like hard for me to like tell what's what sometimes. But
mhm.
like this film definitely felt like okay, the intention is to tell a story here, um and to tell the story effectively and let it speak for itself instead of how to tell the story in the formulaic way to make it so that it can have the best box office.
yeah. That's,
You know.
that's why like A24 is currently like discussing selling to Apple, and like that's why I'm afraid of if that deal goes through. Um, because I'm scared that the quality of their films is going to change. I mean, Apple is making good stuff, and they currently do have a collaborative thing with A24. But if they bought them out completely, I don't know how I would feel about the direction they would go in. Like, would they continue to like prioritize like the storytelling and like the art form of film, or would it turn into like a money machine?
Yeah, like
Like,
how would the face of their distribution
Yeah.
change? Yeah.
yeah,
Well, that's why I keep saying that Neon's about to take A24 space. I think that if that were to happen, that's going to give Neon the place to finally propel themselves to become a bigger studio than they're supposed to be. So,
yeah,
because like let's be real, A24 isn't really a low budget studio. Like if we want to talk about low budget studios, we're talking about Blumhouse.
yeah,
Blumhouse makes shit for like
Hmm.
1 million to 2 million, but you can tell with these that A24's movies they've got to be mid range, mid budget films. They're like at least $10 to $20 million.
yeah. This movie was 15.
Yeah, so they're not really low budget, but they're not like really mid budget. They're in that sweet spot where it's a good amount of money that's being put into these films, but it's also not some like dirt cheap money that you would like a Kevin
Yeah.
Smith movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, no hate, of course.
No hate, yeah,
But
no hate.
yeah, no
I
hate.
feel
But
like
that's the
those
truth.
like no hate, but like I feel like those movies are also generated to make money because they're like if we make it for dirt cheap, it's gonna get
cheap
people
as
in.
hell. You make
We're
it
gonna
cheap
make
as hell.
hella money.
Yeah,
And
he
that's
said.
that's
He
what I
said,
kind
"I
of
want to
appreciate
do my
about.
story."
That's what I kind of appreciate about the budgeting of A24 films is because like they know that they're like kind of gambling. Like they aren't entirely sure if they're gonna make the money back. Like so far, it's only made 9.6. So I kind of appreciate that they take that gamble to be like, well, we're gonna respect the art, but we know that we're not guaranteed to make the money back.
Yeah.
There's a number of different, we exist in the, like, I mean, as an audience and also as reviewers, we exist in the space watching stuff of like people go through different paths to make movies.
Yeah.
And like there's the path of like I'm going to trust the audience to make the money back, and so I'm gonna put feet on the street to make sure this money gets back so that I can make the next one. And there's the trust in a company like A24, and there's the trust, and there's the Will I Am film directors who like make the movie they don't want to make, but it's gonna make a lot of money.
Yeah.
So
I also
far,
feel like. Oh, I'm sorry, Rachel.
I was gonna say so far it's in I guess in contrast, in comparison to Jungle Cruise and Stillwater, which released the same weekend, like it's faring well in the box office because Jungle Cruise has a $200 million budget and they've only made back 77. And then Stillwater,
Disney Plus money too.
yeah, Stillwater had a 20 million budget and only made back 7 so far.
Yeah.
But also, people learn things about Stillwater afterwards.
Yeah, people learn things about Stillwater. And they're
They
like,
also
oh,
learned things about Matt Damon, and they were like, "Oh, never mind."
And also like I don't know if you all seen with Stillwater's like the way that movie is supposed to be like it's about but not really, but also and without even like consulting her.
I read her whole thread and I'm like, this is gonna fuck with her reputation, even though she had no involvement.
And it fucked up her reputation. Like her reputation had already been fucked up multiple times. She's like, I'm tired of my reputation being fucked up because y'all keep skewing the shit like it happened one way when it didn't. I'm just somebody.
Yeah.
I'm just tangentially involved, and now you made the whole story about me.
They quite literally matched the DNA to the guy who did it, so I don't know why people still think she
twice.
Did. Yeah. If anything, her story is more about like the incompetence of the police.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But see the story of this woman in Italy, Italy, Sociedad.
And this hardworking American man.
Your name.
Had to go save his daughter.
Your name is
in the history book. His daughter and kill the sea monster.
Oh my god!
I consider myself a particularly ethical person, but I am fair.
I hate that fucking trailer's accent.
I love that fucking trailer so bad.
It's taken me the last 2 days to get that quote right.
Sociedad.
I do not consider myself to be a particularly ethical person. But
how can you brag about being Italian so much and then you can't do the accent? I don't get it. You've spoken Italian on red carpets. You know the language. Why don't you do the accent correctly? It's like me, saying I speak Spanish a lot and then coming in and being a no sabo motherfucker. But no.
She's a firecracker.
Yeah.
It's because she works with Ryan Murphy.
I don't get it. You either know the fucking language or you don't. There are dialect coaches. What the fuck, man?
Jared Leto's accent is worse than hers, though.
It sounds like he wanted to say spicy meatball and instead said firecracker.
We cooked at the meatball.
It's the spicy meatball.
Myself to be a particularly ethical person.
I can't believe people on TikTok are better at this than a fucking actress.
I watched a whole
Anyways,
TikToker do multiple accents in one video, and like
Yeah.
talking about different languages and like the differences and how things don't make
why
sense.
can't she do
And
it
it's
correctly?
better.
It's like the
And
guy
it's
from
better
Black
than
Widow
Father,
who
Son,
switched
and
from
House of
English to
Fifty.
Russian multiple times.
It just the accent. It just comes and goes.
Oh my god.
But yeah, the Green Knight. I really like the Green Knight. Dev Patel
Fucking
is
love
hot.
dude.
Sean Harris is hot.
I will say
Ralph
though,
Ineson's voice is in my. It was in my chest. The
God
music
damn,
is
that lady knows
amazing.
how to give a hand job, doesn't she? You got all
I
that
was
motherfucker.
about to
Yo.
mention that.
Damn, you could tell that man had been on a journey because the consistency of that semen, the sperm count was high.
He was on Too Hot to Handle.
Dude, that man's balls were ready to burst, bro.
Why
I'm
did
about
we
to
have to
move.
get a shot of the? Why did we have to see
Oh,
it
I love
though?
I
Why
was
did we
like,
have to
"Ah."
see it though?
I was like,
The
damn.
sexual
I did
repression
not
is a
expect
hell
that.
of a thing.
Hell of a drug. Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
I know
This
that
is
man's
king.
balls were hurting.
Just finished season 2 of Too Hot to Handle.
Yeah,
No,
if any of you have seen High Life,
No,
I
not
almost
yet.
watched it last night, but I did
oh,
not.
I was gonna make a joke about High Life, but I don't want to spoil anything.
Tonight?
What?
You want to watch tonight?
Yeah.
There's a certain joke. I'll make it tomorrow when you guys watch the movie.
Okay.
But yeah,
Then
I'm
we'll
just
move
saying
on.
this man was down bad. Because
was-
damn, that was a lot of cum.
Yeah, then he kissed Joel Edgerton.
Yeah.
You down bad.
It took me a
bad,
second. I'm not even gonna lie. I got Joel Edgerton and Ralph Ineson mixed up when I was watching the movie. I was like, that looks like him, but is that Ralph Ineson? But I thought Ralph Ineson was the Green Knight. Are they the same person? And
By
then
the
I was
way-
like, oh no, a different guy.
Joel Edgerton plays Gawain in Antoine Fuqua's King Arthur.
Oh, nice.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
I know Joel Edgerton from
Full
Great
circle.
Gatsby.
yeah. Fucking Joel Edgerton, man. Oh,
It's
also,
money.
I know him from Lerman's Great Gatsby.
damn, that fucking kid was a piece of shit. God, I
Oh.
fucking hate that kid.
Oh, I
you
knew
know when
from
you
jump
see
he was
Barry
gonna be.
when you see Barry Keoghan in something, you're in for some shit.
Yeah, of course we watched Killing of a Sacred Deer, so you know
We watched it together. We were like,
he's an extra piece of shit in there. But like, yo, I was like in here, I'm like, that guy looks familiar. And then when he does what he does, I'm like, I fucking hate this kid so much, bro.
I
Like,
didn't
I fucking
recognize
hate
him at
this kid.
first, but I was like, he looks like Barry Keoghan. And then when I got the front look at his face, I was like, oh, it is. It is. I was like, oh, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good.
This kid's gonna be terrible.
We love a guy who can play a good piece of shit.
God.
Oh, it wasn't enough.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be in Eternals and the Batman.
Oh,
Man, he's gonna be a piece of shit in that one too.
I hope he gets his ass beaten to Batman. I really do.
Yeah. I hope he's the kid I hope he's the person who's getting beat by Batman in that trailer. Boom, 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 boom.
Then Jesse Clemens, you next.
Hey, you next. Come on, bitch.
Jesse Plemons is in that?
Come on, bitch, take the 2 steps.
Come on, bitch. Take those 2 steps.
Jesse Plemons is in that movie?
No, I was just making a joke.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was about to get excited. I mean, I'm excited for that movie anyways, but I was about to be like,
What are you supposed to be?
Liz gross. Yeah. Oh, Alicia Vikander did that.
Yeah.
Also,
Alicia-
Alicia Yo, I would be tempted too. I mean,
yeah. Hey, bro.
she would look amazing. She's amazing.
I'm pretty sure a tree would have fucked that too. So the Green Knight really doesn't have to pass some judgment here.
Fun fact about the thing about adaptation is that in the original tale, like the lady, like the Lord and Lady, well, like the Lord is actually supposed to be the Green Knight in like
Yeah.
the original tale.
See, that's why.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
because
an
I got
interesting
them
thing about
mixed up.
adaptation is that
Because they do
Yeah.
look alike. Joel Edgerton and Ralph Ineson do look alike. So that's why, like, when I first saw Joel Edgerton, I thought it was Ralph Ineson. But I was like, that's not him. but I was expecting him, and then I remembered, who was it that said like, I think it was Winifred who said like the Green Knight is somebody you know,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
and then when they were like at when he was at the castle, I guess, with the Lord and the Lady,
Yeah. I
I
was
was like someone you
listening.
know, and then the lady looks like his girlfriend back home.
I was watching videos. So like usually what I do if I'm like a little bit confused about a film, I usually go on like YouTube and I watch a bunch of videos about the film. A lot of people were like subscribing to this idea that, that the mom called the Green Knight over and, basically created this whole thing to basically put him on this quest. And I was like, I mean, I think that's an interesting way because, what's it called? That would explain that whole little green thing, like it's called. He takes it off. It's like, hey, I'm letting go of my childish ways. I'm gonna stop, you know, and actually, take my life seriously because I see what happens when I don't take it seriously.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
and it's also
the plot does
okay.
say like in the tower, his mother performs a magic ritual that um uh uh,
Yeah,
uh calls the Green Knight.
which
Hmm.
makes sense to me because like there's that line in the movie of being like, I'm not very feeling like particularly like joyous today, like this year. And I was like, oh, like it seems. I was like, there was a grief. That was like, sounds like somebody died, and she's not happy about it, and she takes it, and like she's not like she's specifically not happy at Arthur, at King Arthur. My bad
Okay.
titles, and whoa, white man, my bad,
He's
and
not real.
he's not real.
He's
He's not real.
not
He's imagined.
real.
He's not real. People act like he's so fucking real to
None of it
propagate
is
this
real.
whiteness, but he's not real. It's none of it's real. None of it is real. It's a story.
They're tails. They're tails.
Imagination.
Imagination. Yeah. But yeah, like, and that also like makes sense how like Arthur's like, I regret not knowing you better as you were growing up, but like, here, tell me a story. Like, let me get to know you now. Which I
Mhm.
think was like it felt really sweet. It's like, hey, like let me get to know you now. You're my sister's kid, and I've not been in your life the way I should. And that was like that like that. There's like moments where I'm like, this movie I'm enjoying it, and then there's moments where I pull them out and I'm like, if every part of this movie was this moment, it'd be 5 stars. And every part of this movie was this kind of moment, it'd be 5 stars. Like Alicia Vikander, like having a normal conversation, and then Alicia Vikander just suddenly going into monologue about the color green.
Yeah.
I just a little bit felt like old boy uh ready to bust. Like I was really into that. Like I was like this kind of came suddenly, but I'm very much excited about this. So I really enjoyed it.
She's great.
Yeah, she
Like,
was
why didn't you
great.
come to my chambers last night? Well, I was tired.
I mean, that's what happens. That's what happens when you're married to Michael Fassbender. You're just
Mhm.
automatically great.
Yeah, you feel both shame and hunger.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
I also
I have to see
want
those
to
movies.
bring up my excitement when I found out that Kate Dickey and Ralph Ineson were in another movie together.
Oh,
Because, I mean, obviously their characters don't interact, but they were both in Game of Thrones. They were both in The Witch. Like they've been in, they collaborate. I wouldn't say often, but they collaborate, and I'm like, I get excited when I hear of them collaborating because I like them. They're cool.
hearts, hearts and minds.
Hearts. Good job in the movie. Um, any other thoughts?
Um, this is my first film from David Lowery, so like I'm really excited to kind of make my way through his like filmography now because I really want to see what else he's made. But I still just you know there was a lot of things that were delayed from the pandemic. So there was a lot of things that I've kind of started to like understand, like feel like either my hype died or it wasn't worth the wait. of having to go through the pandemic to finally watch this, and this was one of those instances where I felt that it was completely worth the wait, and that I just had finally gotten something that I eagerly anticipated that just did more for me than I thought it was gonna do. Like I said, I went into there expecting a good movie because I knew damn well that we were gonna get a good movie. What I ended up getting was more than that. And I want to see it again because I do want to see that post credit scene, but I also am just I'm just really thankful for what we got, and I really don't care to see what that first edit was that Lowery made, because he did kind of talk about how he took the time from the pandemic to really go back to it, and he recut the film, and he felt that this was the definitive version that felt very polished to him, that he was not happy with that last cut that he had. So I feel like if the pandemic wouldn't have happened and the movie we would have gotten last year during the summer would have been a very different movie compared to what we got this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Kate Dickey and Ralph Ineson are going to be in the Northman as well.
Ah.
This is the part where I take my shirt off in honor of all my Viking homies.
All right, cool. Let's go.
Oh, we learned recently that my portion of the white delegation is primarily Scandinavian.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You.
Let me go move into one of the little rooms at IKEA.
But it's mostly German, though.
Shut up.
You didn't have to do that to them.
Shut up. Hey, we're not gonna listen. I will regularly talk shit about my family outside of the podcast, but on the podcast, we're not gonna publicize that. Not yet.
Oh, yeah, no.
It's just like
You can have.
Yeah, I'm 13% Germanic European, so mostly German.
But it's mostly German, though, right?
Well, yeah, mostly German. Mostly.
Yeah.
But now that I've realized this, I'm more excited for the Northman.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Alexander Skarsgård, Nicole Kidman, Anya, Bjork, Ralph Ineson, Ethan Hawke, Willem, Kate Dickey.
This is gonna be like the hottest collection of white people since last year. Like, this is the hottest white.
We're getting. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but the guy who played the Mountain.
I can't pronounce that name.
Yeah, the soda bubble. Yeah.
Soda bubble.
Whatever the name of his energy drink is that he endorses.
His last name is Bjornsson. I can pronounce that.
Bjornsson.
Let me look.
Yeah, our Latina queen, Anya Taylor-Joy.
In the third leg. Do you think the third leg is going to make an appearance?
Thank fucking God she's not German. She's Italian. But the third leg.
Do you think it's going to make an appearance?
Yeah, I really hope so.
Or do you think Eggers is gonna agree with Lars?
I was watching a friend of mine stream, and apparently that just gave more reason to her being scared of Willem Dafoe. She was like,
"I'm the opposite way."
No, he's like, that man scares me. Like, just the way he looks, the way his rolls, the way he talks. And then I found out he's apparently packing like hard, like he's like a hog, and I'm like, that just scares me.
Did she say that?
It was like around there.
She's like, it just scares me.
Scares the shit out of me.
I felt the opposite way when you told me about that.
God, fucking Lars, man. Hey, Willem, it's too big, bro. It's too big. We can't have that.
About it? What is he gonna do about it? He can't help it.
Willem, I need you to put this pack of ice an hour before we start shooting, and when we cut and we reset the scene, the ice goes back on.
Do you think it's Pierce?
Oh, I hope not. Oh, I have a thing about piercings in that area. It freaks me out.
I've
also
no,
sounding is just terrifying and painful.
I'm not gonna say what I was. I'm not gonna tell this story right now.
Okay.
There's a joke about getting random things like that done at Claire's.
Oh,
It's a meme. They're like, sorry, I just got my clip pierced at Claire's.
oh my god.
It's not a real thing, but like it's a meme.
Because I was
I
like, they
tweeted
don't do this in a private area.
no, no,
Oh,
it's a
shit.
out next to the register.
He's also gonna be he's also gonna be in Nightmare Alley, the next Guillermo del Toro movie.
Who?
Defoe.
Oh.
Yeah, he's in The French Dispatch, Nightmare Alley, and of course The Northman. Damn. That's wow.
We
Oh,
love
so
him.
it's like half Hathor. Hathor. Because that's why they call him Thor.
Hathor. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Yes,
so it's
because I
like
remember
Hathor.
everyone. Yeah, during like season 8, everyone was trying to figure out how to pronounce his name. Because they were like, that man is
Julius
large.
Bjornsson. That's a big man.
That's a
The
big
Mountain? Hell yeah, he is, bro.
That's a man. That's a man you climb. That's a man you have to climb.
That is a mountain.
And I respect that. I don't know. I got really excited. But I was remembering how hot the fan is,
Wait, I
and I was
gotta-
like, he's so hot.
Hathor.
Call me James because I want to climb that giant
Give me a
peach.
Hathor. What'd you see? James the Lucky Peach? What?
I said, call me James because I want to climb that giant peach.
Dude, motherfucker's only
Have you
fucking
done-
32. He's 6'8", bro. That is.
Yeah. No, 6'9".
It says here on Wiki 6'8", 8.75.
I don't. Well, that's 6'9".
Yeah, 6'8 3/4.
God
Yeah.
damn, that's nuts, bro.
Own it. Yo, Rachel, have you not done you need to do a James and the Giant Peach. It's just the brand is strong.
I did not enjoy that movie very much.
Okay. So? It's it's for the brand.
I know, but we did Parasite. We did Parasite.
For the brand.
You
For
say
the brand.
commentary. There's a peachiness. We're going to talk about how much I don't enjoy this movie, and I'm going to have
I mean,
a drunk commentary.
In terms of movies with peach motifs, I would rather watch James and the Giant Peach again over Call Me by Your Name.
Ew. Yeah, no. I don't want to watch that movie.
I don't plan
Anymore.
on watching that movie again. Especially
Like
after
the movie itself, I like, but
especially after last year when we were wondering what the hell was wrong with Armie Hammer.
Did we ever solve that?
No,
No, we didn't.
no, we didn't. I would like to.
I feel like we know we're
that
done.
man.
I feel like we know we're done because we're not even talking about the movie anymore.
Yeah,
I just wait for 3 more minutes until the hour hits, right?
I mean, I don't usually go for the hour, but I like the conversation. Anyways,
Okay.
on the Peach on Me tour, what did y'all give The Green Knight?
I give it 5 peaches out of 5. It's beautifully ripe. Everything about it is great. I love it. It's sweet. It's delicate. Its juices are running down my lips. Everything.
I love you. I love
those
I-
juices.
I
Going
love
down my lips. Going down my lips and my chest.
You got Deb
My
Patel's
cheers.
juices.
awful. Just like piercing.
Yeah.
Awful ASMR going on. I give it 3.5 out of 5. Just because of that pacing really messed with me. And like doctor, like there's a lot of stuff I love about this movie, but it's the feeling I felt in the theater wasn't enough for me to go like, this is a 4. It was like, okay, this is like a high 3. This is a high 3.5, you know? And that's for me. And I know I'm in the minority in that.
Yeah, I give it
Or at least
5.
minoritized.
I thought I was hearing something whistle. I heard something like whistling into like a microphone.
Bird.
I don't know. What'd you say?
Yeah, I'm hearing it again.
It's a bird,
Okay.
I think.
I can't hear it. Y'all wild.
Anyways, I gave it 5 peaches out of 5 as well. I just very much enjoyed that. It was up my alley. I don't know if I'm just brainwashed by this company or what. Well, no, I guess not because I do hate some of their movies.
Oh no, I have a shit ton of movies that I don't like from them. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
If you ever get me
I
to
don't
talk
think.
about First Reformed,
I don't think the
I
podcast ever wants to hear my thoughts on De Palma.
you ever get me on talking about Spring Breakers? Fuck Spring Breakers, man. Fuck that
Yeah.
movie. Look at all my shit. Look at all my shit.
I
Spring
don't know what
break.
that was.
Spring break. Yeah. Fuck you, James Franco. You fucking played riff raff. Accept it.
Mm-hmm. You played
Anyways,
Riff
free
Raff.
Britney. That being said, thank you guys for being here.
Jordans.
Um, Raul, where can the people find you?
As always, the Nerd Chicken on both Instagram and Twitter before I leave film on Instagram. And I write I've written like 3 reviews now. What's it called? That's played on the Nerdcore site. So if you want to go read what I write and what Gio writes, because I believe Gio's got something soon coming up to the site. So go and check all that nerdcore.com. TheNerdcore.com.
And Gio, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at MediaMartyr17. That's MEDIAMARTYR17. Linktree in my Twitter for all the places I am on the internet, including on the Nerdcore a lot, as the host. Like Raul said, hit up the nerdcore.com, and if you're looking for a review about a movie from me, find out what it means to me. You can also go and to my Twitch, and starting August, starting August 11th, and every 2 weeks from there will be an episode of Survivors of Flame, a D&D 5e actual play show, where a good friend, Raul, my pops, is the technical director on the ones and twos, giving me all the love. So yeah, and also, certainly not least, Share Club Pod season 2 is coming. Season 1 was amazing. Michelle and I talk about a myriad of media, and I love it.
Right. Thank you guys for being here. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you to everyone who listened. You can find me everywhere at Lucky Peach, LVCKY Peach. If you go to any of my socials, you can find a link tree, which will take you to my Twitter, my Instagram, my TikTok, my Letterboxd, Twitch, the Discord associated with the podcast, as well as you can just go straight to the podcast or Patreon at patreon.com/LuckyPeach. Thank you to my patrons, including Gio, Abby, Luis, and Brad. Hashtag invite Brad, even though he wasn't here today. But yeah, I'll see you guys next week for a drunk commentary of The Art of Self-Defense. I forgot the name of the movie. Yes, next week's episode will be the drunk commentary of The Art of Self-Defense. So be there. It'll be fun. But yeah, thank you for being here. Hashtag free Britney. Hashtag invite Brad. See you guys next week. Stay peachy.